Welcome to the Bullshit Central Podcast. Hello everyone, and welcome to our inaugural episode of Bullshit Central here on the KRT Productions YouTube page. My name is Kevin. I'm here with Tony.
Hello.
Alright, normally we would have two other guys, Nathan and Raphael, but unfortunately they can't be with us today. So, we're going to talk about something that's not bullshit whatsoever, Cedar Point. Tony and I, along with Nathan and Raphael, we went there on Sunday and Monday, just recently. So, this trip is very fresh in our minds, so we can give you the lowdown of probably one of the greatest parks in the world. First impressions, Cedar Point, very large park, lots of rides, just a fun overall trip. What was your thoughts on it, Tony?
It was a lot of fun. Big park, lots of walking.
Yeah, quite a bit of walking. I think I clocked over 20,000 steps over the 2-day trip we went. As I mentioned, I think before, went on Sunday and Monday, the 4th and 5th, right? Yeah, the 4th and 5th. So between those 2 days, we rode Millennium Force twice. We got 2 rides in on the Gemini, 2 Power Tower launch ones. Rode the Gatekeeper, which was new for this year. We rode the Maverick twice. Rode the Mean Streak once. Bad mistake. Well, we'll get more on that. Mantis, we rode once. Iron Dragon, we got 1 ride in. Top Thrill, we got 1. We almost had 2 rides on that. More on that later. Wicked Twister, we got a ride in. Windseeker, we got a ride in. And Magnum also had 1 ride in. So let's talk about our Sunday. We got there. We did. What did we do?
We rode the Magnum first.
Magnum was our first ride there. We left around 9 o'clock, so we got into the park about 1 their time, 1 or 2 their time. Hopefully for next year this will stay the same, but they do their Christmas in July. Cedar Point does it where they give you some money off of a ticket. We got 15 or 20 bucks off the normal price, so we got our tickets for 30 bucks. And then we also stayed in a cabin. We were with a larger group consisting of 18 people. So, I mean, the Christmas in the July is going to be cheaper than any group rate you can get. And just a heads up for those of you looking to go. But yeah, we went Sunday. One thing we've done for the past few years is do a night ride on the Millennium Force. We rode Top Thrill previously that day. Cool story about that. I was going to be the single rider in our group. We had 7 people, so I was going to be the single rider in that. So that someone was calling for a single rider for the first seat, and I got to go on the first car, and holy fuck, what an experience. It's ridiculously windy in the front seat, and just an overall nuts ride. We waited 40 minutes for that.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, the Sunday wasn't very bad for line times at all. So then we were going up to a second time, and that was around 9:30 at night. It shut down right before we were right at the gate, right next in line to go. They backed up all the cars, had them check it out, and did nothing. So we couldn't get a ride on that. What are your thoughts on that breakdown? This is the second time that's happened to us. It's closed down right before. Total bullshit. But anyway, so Millennium Night Ride. Holy fuck, is that an awesome experience. Why don't you tell some people about the Millennium Ride?
It was pretty cool. When you go over the first hill, you can't see anything. You think you're gonna freaking die.
pretty much. It's even more so exhilarating than a normal night ride or than a normal ride on the Millennium Force, just for the fact that your eyesight is basically blocked out, so all of your other senses are engaged in it, and it just makes it that much more awesome than it already is. So Millennium Force consistently kicks ass, consistently the best ride ever.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty much everyone tries to go for the front seat in Millennium. I don't see why. The second seat is just as good. But yeah, little known Easter egg about the Millennium Force backseat ride. If you ever go to Cedar Point and go on the Millennium Force, try the back seat. You get airtime off of the lift hill, and you're just getting pulled through what seems like even faster than in the front. So you're just getting pulled through the entire ride. I mean, that thing's chugging through the whole way. It's just an awesome ride. It's the best ride ever. So Sunday morning or Monday morning, anytime you go to the park and you're doing like a 2-day thing like we did, hit Maverick early in the morning, because otherwise that ride gets to over an hour wait. Not too worth it. So what we usually do is we hit the Maverick twice in the morning, and Maverick kicks some ass too.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. First thing in the morning, it really wakes you up.
Yeah, yeah. That underneath the station launch, that they don't even stop you. They used to stop you for that, but I think they just want to get as many trains through as possible. They just pump them right through, so they don't even stop you. They slow you down and then they kick you right in the ass and then keep you going. Another ride that kicks you in the ass, Wicked Twister. That thing gets you some G's right off the beginning. So yeah, just a great overall park to go to. Totally worth your money. Like I said, if you're going in the summer, get that Christmas in July thing. We could only use those tickets up until I think was it the 11th. So you can only use them for a limited time, but just check out the Christmas in July special if you ever go to Cedar Point late in the summer. But one thing about that is that it could get crowded. That's one of the things. We heard of Raptor wait times being over an hour, which shouldn't be for the Raptor. I think most I waited was 45, and that's a bit long for that ride. Even Wicked Twister was getting up to 15 minutes, which usually that ride's pretty quick to get on and get off. So yeah, that's about it for that. New ride for this year, Gatekeeper. That was the big thing for Cedar Point for this year. They took out Disaster Transport and the old the old tower that they had. If you ever want to check that out on YouTube, how they took it down. It's just basically timber, and then the whole observation deck just slides up to the top, and then it just crashes down to the ground. It's pretty cool to see that, and then people are cheering out pretty far away from it. So Gatekeeper, the new ride, the double keyhole that they have the ride go through is the new entrance to the park. It's a pretty cool sight to see, so even if you do go through the back entrance for like a resort or whatever, check out the front entrance, just get your handstand, check out the front entry plaza. It's a pretty cool sight to see, and just a great overall ride. What were your thoughts on it, Tony?
That's pretty cool. I didn't even feel like I was in anything. It was like kind of floating.
It was a really smooth ride. one thing, the seats, it's kind of like the Mavericks, where it's an over the shoulder, um, but it's got like these rubber straps that go right over your shoulder, and then they got these like bigger, probably metal ones that also go over your shoulder. But these rubber ones during the ride will start to pinch down on your collarbone.
Yeah, that was hurt a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah, that wasn't too fun. Nathan and I went on the left side of the track. As you should know, Gatekeeper is a wing coaster. Broke several records. It's the longest, the fastest wing coaster. Has the longest drop. Features the most inversions of any wing coaster. Also has the highest inversion of any roller coaster in the world that roll right off the lift. Being in the left car, you get catapulted right over the track, and then if you're on the right side, you get thrown under it. So how was the right side?
The right side was fun. The drunk guy sitting next to me was scared out of for his life. He was just freaking clinching on.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it for our ride count. Again, if you go later in the summer, you will get some crowding and longer wait times than as opposed to the beginning of the summer. So now it's time for our total bullshit segment, where we pick a topic, or we pick a subject from the topic matter. So in this case, Cedar Point is our topic. So total bullshit from Cedar Point. Fast Pass. Fuck them. So much.
Yeah. It's just fucking stupid.
The Fast Passes suck so much. Cock and balls, and I mean, the Cedar Fair was one of the last to implement it. They were implemented last year. We hate them so much. What would normally have been a 45-minute wait for Millennium Force took an hour and 45 minutes because the lady who was they changed it up at the Millennium line because the Fast Pass people were able to, they had them enter through the station, but this time they joined up right before what is that?
Okay.
Well, no, right before the main stretch, I get, or the final leg of the line, I guess. She was letting in like 20 people who normally are 20 normal people, and then like 50 of the fast passers. It was complete shit, and they need to limit the amount of fast passes at least. It was $75 if you bought for the Gatekeeper Fast Pass all day. Those were in limited supply, but how limited, who knows. All this is just a fucking cash grab. It pisses people off and makes the fast passers assholes. Even if you're a little old lady, you're an asshole if you buy a fucking fast pass. Anything to add, Tony?
No.
No.
Just fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. And then our final total bullshit. Mean Streak. Fuck that ride. It's rough as shit. It needs to go. They nerfed the fuck out of it, and it just needs to go. They need a new wooden coaster in that park. At least a new one. I mean, that island is getting pretty crowded with rides, so. And that thing, they break you off of the hill. They have like a pretty long brake line, and then it goes right into a turn right after that. The very first year that the Mean Streak was an operation, it was actually a decent ride. But since then, because they figured out that it was tearing itself apart, because it was going so damn fast. They nerfed it and took it to be rough and total bullshit. Future for Cedar Point. What are your thoughts?
I want to go more than once a year.
That would be the best. Anything else on that besides your own personal desires for it?
Just the new wood coaster.
New wood coaster.
Awesome.
Something like the Voyage in Holiday World, if you've ever been to Holiday World, which is down in Santa Claus, Indiana, about an hour from Evansville. The Voyage is a kick-ass coaster, even though the back half of that ride will rip you in half if you don't hold on for dear life. It's not rough, it's just, it whips you around in the best of ways. And because it's got three 90-degree bank turns, and it's just a hell of a back half of that ride. So something like that would really boost Cedar Point's notoriety for having kick-ass coasters. And they could also do something. I don't know. What do you think they could do besides just a wood coaster? Because they don't have a lot of space, but they could probably expand into Ohio more so than they are. Because they're just on a little peninsula, but they could expand south. You think they could do anything else besides a wooden?
I don't know. That would be cool to have one that goes through the whole park. It starts at the front, goes all the way to the back.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
That's called the train.
I don't know. You could take down the corkscrew.
Yeah, but that's kind of an interesting ride because it goes over your path. I'm pretty sure a tall guy could jump onto could jump up, grab that track, and climb up onto it.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week on Bullshit Central. Bye bye.
Goodbye.